are shopping at a mall. You want to find a gift for a mom. After looking for a while, you start to buy her earrings. What would cost more money, plastic earrings or diamond earrings? Everyone knows that diamond earrings would have a higher price, but why do they cost more money? The answer is you can get plastic anywhere, but it is hard to find diamonds. Almost everyone wants diamonds, but there just aren't many of them in the world. That's why diamonds are so expensive. In other words, there is a low supply of diamonds, but high demand for them. Well, this is my topic today. I will present about the rules of supply and demand and the price. First, I will start with another example of high demand for something and low supply of it. In 2006, the Nintendo company began to sell a new video game system. It was called Wii. People wanted Wii so much that stores in many countries went out of them. People were buying Wiis on the internet at very high prices. Why did the prices of Wii get so high? The answer is there were low supply of Wiis but high demand for them. People paid more money for Wiis because there were so few of them in stores. So, when demand for something is high but supply is low, prices will be high. Honey butter chip in Korea was the exact example of this case. Then guess what happens when demand for something is low but supply is high? Prices will be down. Imagine that your friend has thousands and thousands of blue socks to sell. There isn't very high blue socks. Not many people want to buy them. At the same time, the supply of blue socks is very high. There are thousands of them, and you can buy them almost anywhere. For this reason, your friend's blue socks are not very special. How can your friend buy her socks? Your friend must make the prices low if she wants people to buy her socks. This illustrates something important. When demand for something is low but supply is high, prices go down. The rules of supply and demand are helpful when sellers set prices. Sellers want to make as much money as they can. For this reason, they want to sell the prices as high as possible. Sellers need to make sure that their prices are just right, not too high and not too low. So it is important for sellers to set the right balance among the supply, demand, and price. Smart sellers can make lots of money thanks to the rules of supply and demand. An interesting example of this happened in 1993. Time Warner, the president of the Thai toy company, decided to retire certain Beanie Babies each year. In other words, he stopped making certain kinds of Beanie Babies that he sold in the past. Children were afraid that he would never be able to buy the toys again. Soon there was a large demand for these retired Beanie Babies. Some retired Beanie Babies, like Peanut Elephant, sold for $5,000. $5,000 for one toy is hard to believe. Time Warner understood the rules of supply and demand, and he could make his famous toy even more popular. The rules of supply and demand are not only things that decide prices, but rules of supply and demand do explain something important.